Number 1, part B, the instructions are to evaluate the limits analytically. So if you think back to when we first learned about limits, the first way that you want to try evaluating is just by substitution. On this first one, the limit as x approaches pi of 2. Think back, you should remember that the limit of any constant is that constant. So it doesn't matter what x is approaching here. It doesn't matter what number this is. If this is a constant, then the limit is equal to that constant. Second one, the limit as x approaches 3 of x minus 3 over x squared minus 7x plus 12. You substitute 3 in here. 3 minus 3 is 0. 3 squared is 9, minus 21 plus 12 is also 0. So we would get an indeterminate form if we substituted right away, which should tell you that you have to work harder. For the semester test, because it's all multiple choice, if you want to use L'Hopital's rule, that is up to you. If you'd rather go back and do it the way that we did when we first learned limits, this is how you would do that. We're going to factor the denominator. So we still have x minus 3 in the numerator. When we factor the denominator, it factors into x minus 3 times x minus 4. That makes these x minus 3 factors cancel. So we have the limit as x approaches 3 of 1 over x minus 4. Now that we've changed the way that this looks, when we try substituting again, we get 1 over 3 minus 4. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. 1 divided by negative 1 is negative 1. And the third one, the limit as x approaches 0 of the square root of x plus 4 minus 2 over x. If we plug in 0, we get the square root of 4, which is 2, minus 2 is 0. X in the denominator would also be 0. So we would get an indeterminate form, which means we need to work harder. In order to change the way that this function looks, we need to rationalize the numerator. So we're going to multiply by the square root of x plus 4 plus 2. And if we do that in the numerator, we also have to do that in the denominator. So all that happens is the square root of x plus 4 and the 2 stay the same, but the minus sign changes to a plus sign. That's how you rationalize. So when we multiply in the numerator, we'll have to use FOIL to distribute. Square root of x plus 4 times the square root of x plus 4 is just x plus 4. The outside terms and the inside terms will be the same but opposite signs, so those will cancel out. And then we'll have negative 2 times positive 2, which is negative 4. In the denominator, there's really not much we can do to multiply. Let's just write it as x times x plus 4 plus 2. In the numerator, we have 4 minus 4, those cancel. So we have the denominator stays the same. In the numerator, all we have is x. This x in the numerator and the x in the denominator can cancel. So we're left with the square root of x plus 4 plus 2 in the denominator. The only thing we're left with in the numerator is 1. Now we can try plugging in 0 again. One over the square root of 4, which is 2, plus 2 is 1 over 4.